Right. Let's see what we got going on today. First thing in the morning, my glasses on. Let's see who we are canceling today. Nah, this can't be. No, this can't be. I refuse to do it. This can't be. This can't be happening. I refuse to do it. I won't do it. I swear I won't do it. I can't do it. I just swear I can't do it. They can't make me cancel you. They can't make me cancel you, go. I'm pouring honey on you, go. Pouring honey on you, go. I swear they can't make me cancel you, go. I'm pouring honey on you, go. I'm pouring honey on you, go. I'm pouring honey on you. I feel like we just went over this, but we've transferred it somehow to somebody the internet genuinely loves. YouTubers spend years building an audience and a community that loves them based off of the content that they put out. When you continue to provide quality content, sometimes you can brand yourself and you're rewarded with more views, more subscribers, more likes, all those things like that. But you're also rewarded with the opportunity of having people want to support you in other ways via sponsorships, via Patreons, and via merch. People love supporting content creators, but they do hate being sold to. Marques Brownlee has gone a long time being controversy free. I would even say that as far as YouTubers go on my side of the internet, 2024 has to be his year. I saw him get like an honorary doctorate this year. And then what's crazy is he even succeeded there by winning a gold medal in the World Championships of Ultimate Frisbee. Literally all MKBHD does is review tech and have people buy into it. Somebody that a lot of the community has even decided is so trustworthy that when he did his own Fisker review, it sent the company up in arms and bankrupt.
I reviewed a car, had a pretty horrible experience with it, documented it, published their review on the autofocus channel, and then a few months later, the entire company appears to be on life support, like likely filing for bankruptcy soon.
But now MKBHD is doing what a lot of other content creators and YouTubers do and joining the fray, and I promise you, it's not even that deep. He's offering a wallpaper and people are hating him for it.
You guys have always been asking me where I get my wallpapers. Like, it's frequently the #1 suggested search result under my name, has been for years, so now we've put them all in one place. It's called Panels, and it's finally live in the App Store, both on iOS and on Android. Feels really good to be able to say that. So if you're wondering where the wallpaper on these phones in the review came from, Panels. If you're wondering where the wallpaper in the last video came from, Panels. Matter of fact, almost all of the wallpapers on the devices and in backgrounds you've seen in my videos for the past year have all come from Panels, which is pretty sick. We have a bunch of awesome artists over there that we are splitting profits with 50-50, and there's already a ton of great collections of art and much more incoming. And we have some pretty big plans for this thing. So it's starting off as a wallpaper app now. I don't want to overpromise too much, but it's going to be pretty consistently improving over time, which is part of the reason why we're offering a subscription to support it.
Personally, I've never been crazy about having wallpapers on my phones. It's never been something that I've like had to have the best of the best in. I've always known it as to be like a battery killer, a time waster. That part of the phone aesthetic doesn't do anything for me. Hell, the color of the phone doesn't do anything for me either. So I've never put too much into it. But to be honest with you, this is MKBHD taking another step into his tech journey, and I'm gonna support it, to be honest with you, just because of who he is. I'm gonna go ahead live here and download the Panels app. Panels. Simple as this. I just don't even understand why this is such a big deal. And just like that, I went ahead and downloaded the app. The fact that it's free is insane to me, that people are having so many issues. And we could talk about their other gripes with it, because I did see that there was a subscription fee, but I don't understand why it's so hard to support a creator in this simplistic fashion. Like, all he did was say download his app. I don't even understand why that's crazy. The app is pretty simplistic as I go through it. It's asking you to select 5 artists that you want to see on your home feed, because I guess later on people will be able to, you know, go into it. It doesn't look like they half-assed this app at all. It looks like they actually put some care into it. And the fact that I can just get a wallpaper in 2 seconds by watching an ad and unlocking the standard version. I don't understand why this is something that's killing the people on the internet.
So in surprising online drama news, it was actually one of the most requested stories today. MKBHD, aka Marques Brownlee, is coming under fire, and it doesn't appear that everyone is on his side this time, right? And that because a lot lot of people have said he just released a shameless cash grab. With this coming from him launching an app called Panels, which offers curated wallpapers for iPhones and Android. With him writing yesterday, I'm so pumped to be launching this app. People have asked where I get wallpapers forever, so this is the answer. Now and forever, Panels.
So let's do this quick overview. First and foremost, it's an iPhone Android application, right? There's a two-tier system. One side of the system, you can unlock standard definition wallpapers and stuff like that if you watch a 30-second ad. I literally watched it in the midst of me doing this, and I have a wallpaper on the app in standard definition. If you want to unlock the high definition version of these wallpapers, you have to do a $50 annual subscription or $4 a month to get HD downloads. There's a 50-50 split when it comes to MKBHD and the app creators and the artists who are contributing to the platform as far as profits go, and apparently there are going to be some more features coming into the future. I literally don't get it. He's been getting a lot of backlash from people saying that the price of the app is overpriced, it's full of ads, and it's underwhelming in design and functionality. And to be honest with you, it sounds like this isn't just for you. If you're a person who doesn't care about high quality wallpapers, then that's you. I myself find myself on that side of the aisle too, but that's why I'm not even entertaining this conversation for the most part. I don't know how overpriced this thing could be. $4 a month for an unlimited supply of wallpapers in which the profits are going to be split with the artist is... That's a great offer. I don't know. That's a great offer. People are saying that the app isn't robust enough in order to justify the price that they have, but I can only think of with all the advancements that iPhones are getting with the new iOS that's come out and the new customization features that you can do with the icons and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure this won't just stop at wallpapers, but because MKBHD has put, I think like 12 years or 15 or 20, honestly, he's put in a lot of years into content creation, and people have continuously asked him, how do I get this? How do I get this? How do I get this? He found a way to streamline this and test out potentially what could be a new venture for him at the same time while delivering what his audience actually wants. Now, I will say this because these are parts where I do side with the mob in MKBHD's new app. MKBHD has been known in the past to talk about how you should not lean into apps that are promising future updates and saying that in the future more things will come because they should be delivering those things now.
Product based on the future promise of updates to it.
And I do want to give him a little bit of grace here because this is a smaller project that doesn't have the infrastructure that a lot of the bigger projects have that promise these future updates. I think there's a total difference between MKBHD and the apps and developers and the backing that he has, making an app and putting out future promises versus like a PlayStation or an automobile company. I think those are two different things. He was very harsh with Fisker when they announced some similar type situations, but I think that they should and would have more backing than MKBHD does.
He's blowing up social media. He's got all the senior management from Gita Fisker down.
Because he's talking crap on the Fisker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's my Fisker. So you want to talk to him and see if you can calm him down or something?
Because I was about to completely redeploy to go out and fix this car for him and update all the software.
It's my car. If you want to come and update all the software, that's fine. You guys have already sent someone out to us before.
Yeah, no, Jordan, no, ignore him.
Nothing ever happened. Never fixed it.
That's why I'm coming out. One of the senior field service engineers. If you could just share this guy's information, I'll be grateful. MKHBD, whatever he is.
That does. I'm going to have to reach out to my contact and ask him if I could share his information.
I don't need it. If you're getting the car back, it's a moot point. If he owned the car, it was a different kettle of fish. He doesn't own the car, you do. You're the customer.
Correct.
So my job is to take care of you, the customer, not a mouthpiece. This 2.0 software.
Yeah.
It will fix a lot of problems, but it's not the holy grail of fixing Fisker. That I'll be quite candid about. Still got some holes in it. We still got some more software to redo, but it will make the car markedly improved. So if you could just let me know who this kid is, I'm going to fire an email into senior management. Let them know I've spoken to you. Let them know that it's your car.
I'm going to be a little biased in this conversation. I can't deny it. The big question is, how will this impact MKBHD going into the future? Now, I will admit the contradictions are very, very glaring. Like, you have a principle that you stand on. And as somebody who is a trusted tech reviewer, I think it is very important that people can trust you and your opinions and not have you contradict yourself when you put out your own passion projects. But I think that there's something bigger to be said in this because ultimately this is just MKBHD's passion passion project, or not even really a passion project. He likes cool wallpapers. His fans have been asking how to get the cool wallpapers, and he's been trying to create an avenue in which he can get great artists who put out great work onto people's phones, people's laptops, etc. Now, there have been people diminishing the quality of the app. This Twitter user said the Panels app is very poorly made and all payments are verified on client side. Links to all wallpapers HD/SD are preloaded right after the app is launched. All you need is basic MITM skills to get them for free. The file with links isn't authenticated or protected at all. Then goes on to say, that's literally it. Search for DHD to get full resolution files. Thanks to @user for confirming that subscription info is indeed not stored on their Firebase at all. To be honest with you, that's just totally hate to me, honestly. What you're doing here is taking money out of pockets of artists who rightfully deserve it. Now, I'm all for piracy because that's just the way that I personally believe, but in an opportunity that will cost you minimum dollars in order to support people, I don't see why it's such a big deal. I think that the criticism of the app construction is valid and it's something that MKBHD could do to fix in the future, but as far as making an avenue for people to get their content, I don't even understand why this is crazy. I think what it really boils down to is that people disrespect digital art as a whole, and they think that they should be able to get it for free because it exists on the internet. They shouldn't have to pay for it. There should be some sort of workaround, and I'm gonna try my darndest to create a workaround for it. I'm not even gonna give that guy the time of day because ultimately somebody's gonna be a pirate. I'm gonna make you work a little bit harder for it than just displaying it on my channel, and honestly, I don't support that, in which MKBHD is trying to provide a way for him to test out things that he can possibly do, chase his passion projects, go down the tech rabbit hole, and artists are trying to get paid and compensated for the art that they put out. I'm not gonna make it easier for you guys to pirate their content. I think that that's kind of lame. And people feel like this is MKBHD selling out for a big bag. I would have to disagree. God, I'm gonna sound like a defender, and maybe I am, but I just think that this is him in a year in which he's chasing all of his passions is just chasing another passion. I think that these are separate incidences from other content creators putting out, you know, their own sort of products, their own sort of snacks, and being 1000% deceitful, going to mics lying and stuff like that, and saying that they're rebranding something or doing something that is 100% dishonest in order for them to get a bag. Like that whole Pokimane situation where she sold cookies that were really somebody else's cookies, and then going out and telling said audience that they are broke for not buying her cookies, after also acknowledging that she damn near took the whole recipe for another cookie company's cookies.
People found these really old images of a product that looks similar to ours. We work with the same manufacturer, and it existed for one sample batch, and it was like sold at a Costco months and months ago, and they didn't want to use that recipe anymore. So when we started working with this manufacturer, we taste tested a bunch of stuff of theirs. So we took that recipe and we refined it a lot.
Are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways.
This Twitter user says, this reeks of the good old grift where a random shitty company approaches an influencer and pays them to push XYZ garbage while the influencer sits there and pretends like it's some dream project we've been working on for a long time type shit. To be quite honest with you, in this instance, I would have to say, so what? Especially because we're talking about somebody who is honest, trustworthy, and has given a lot to the community as MKBHD. If this is something which his audience clearly connects with, which have been his wallpapers and his backgrounds, then I don't see any problem with him teaming up with a company like this that may be putting something out down the line. I don't know how big this bag had to be, but them branding themselves as content creators is not a problem. Like, content creators attaching their names to things like this, to me, is not a problem. And this is obviously a huge community in the app store and in mainstream society today. People love these wallpapers and shit. So if this can be an MKBHD branded project, I don't see the problem with it. I saw KSI hop into this same conversation where he quote tweeted Marquez Brownlee getting canceled on Drama Alert, saying, what happened to YouTubers, man? I can't say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. ... KSI goes on to say, some dumbass YouTuber said this exact same thing to me the other day. Rather than complaining, crying, and trying to cancel a YouTuber for creating a product, here's an idea. If you don't want / like a product, just don't buy it. Now, the person that follows up in that same thread echoes some sentiments that I personally have specifically about KSI. Genuinely the worst rebuttals to this issue that I've ever seen. You're not a salesman. You're a YouTuber with influence. Be a big boy and take a bit of responsibility instead of selling sugar juice and falsely advertised food. I think that those conversations are totally different. Now, do I believe capitalists are going to capitalize? Absolutely, and of course. But what I think MKBHD is doing, selling wallpapers for phones that you don't necessarily need, and if you search a little hard enough, you can find it on your computer, or if you wanted to, you could just create them on your own, or if you wanted to, you could patronize the artist directly. There's so many workarounds, and something that is not going to harm you is totally different than what KSI, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and Pokimane have done, where they have sold snacks and falsely advertised the contents and ingredients in the snacks that can ultimately affect people's health by pumping kids filled with electrolytes, sugars, and other bad things, have them sit in their classrooms on their butts all day in a generation that is the most inactive that it's ever been ever. And I hate to be this guy. People don't have the same gripes when big companies put out these cash grabs. It's because people feel like they have this parasocial ass relationship with this content creator because they've watched them for years and years and had a direct face to it. But in any other instance, they would shut the hell up and consume whatever's being put out there based on whatever company it is. These people aren't mad when Nike sells subpar products and ups the price on these things. These people have blue check marks from Twitter. These people have Amazon Prime. These people have their favorite team's logo slapped on a $2 t-shirt and have an upcharge of $58, $60 of it. They don't have any problem with doing that. But when a content creator tries to brand themselves, they have a problem with it. Oh, brother. What it seems like to me is that people do have an issue with content creators making money outside of this regular content way, but people do have to eat. People do have to survive. People do have to grow. People do want to do different things in their life, and you have to let them do that. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I will not let MKBHD get canceled based off of some baloney like this. Like, I don't even think it's gonna happen, but he is a very trustworthy and thorough reviewer, somebody that I actually enjoy, somebody that takes their craft very, very seriously. And I might sound like an MKBHD Avenger, but my God, he is living my dream. Cape for him any day of the damn week. I ain't gonna cancel him for me.